Well, good morning, everybody. Granny is back, and Granny is back. Wow! We're going to crochet underpoeters again. You can never have enough underpoeters, I think. And today we are going to make square underpoeters, but with a rounded corner. So it's a little bit different than the other underpoeters. You can make round ones, you can make square ones, but this is a rounded square. I thought I love it. I got myself a cup of tea in a very beautiful teacup. I use it for coffee as well, but don't tell anybody, hoor. I'm using an underpoeter, of course, and you can make an underpoeter with those little balls of Catona. These are the 5 gram, 10 grams, you see? 10 grams, and it's plenty for a underpoeter. So I know when you order by Eva from janiceeve.be, then most of the times you get a little present from Eva, and then there can be a little ball of Catona. And then you think, yeah, what can I do with a little ball of Catona? Well, you can make underpoeters. Very nice, and you can make them in any color you like. I've got several over here, you see? All kinds of colors, and yeah. But you can use, of course, your own cotton. I would use cotton. You can use those big balls of cotton, maybe Catona, the 50 grams. Then you can make a lot of the same color or many sets of different colors. Do what you like. I am using a crochet needle 3.5 millimeter. Now you are wondering, of course, why are you sipping tea and why can't I see a cookie? Well, I'm on a diet. Really, I am. Coffee. Then when I drink dolce gusto coffee, in those cups there's always sugar, and I need to lessen on the sugar because very else I don't eat forbidden stuff. So the sugar, I'm careful with it. And cookies, yeah, cookies, that's sugar also. And sugar, honey, all that kinds of sweetness in a cookie, it's not good. So no more cookies, and lots of tea, and a very little bit of coffee. And I had my coffee this morning already, so now I'm on the tea. Very nice tea. This is Earl Grey. Earl Grey is a very old-fashioned tea, and I still like it. This is, by the way, color 401. You see, color 401. When you like this color, this is 401. But don't matter about colors, just use what you like. You see over here I have lime green, I have yellow, I have broken white, I have dark blue, and this is a kind of pinkish purple. You can use anything you like. So I am going to start with the tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. I think you will. Okay, let's start. I'm going to start with a magic loop, but you can start if you don't know how to do the magic loop, or it just doesn't work out for you, is just fine. Then you start with 4 chains and close your circle with a slip stitch. Okay, I'm going to start with a magic loop, and I leave a tail so I can sew it away at the end. A magic loop. When you have closed your round of 4 chains with a slip stitch, then you do 2 chains, And since I begin with a magic loop and I made my first chain while closing the magic loop, I'm going to do one more chain. So in the end we both have 2 chains. That's important for a start. And now we are going to crochet double crochets together. And for 8 groups. And for the first group we only have to crochet 2 because we already have one. Those 2 chains is a not finished double crochet. Let's put it that way for the underputter. Okay, yarn over. Put your needle in your ring, whether it's a magic loop or it is your chain loop. Put your needle in it and yes, hello Doris. Doris comes to help. Pull up a loop and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops and then you stop. Okay? Now you have 2 double crochets which are not finished. And you do that one more time. Yes, hello Doris. Please get out of the picture. Thank you. Do it one more time. So yarn over. In your ring, put your needle in it and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2. And then you have 3 loops on your needle. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That's your first cluster. That's how it's called. And now you chain 2. 1 and 2. When you are crocheting in your chain loop, then you have to schuif op your stitches so they fit in your loop, because there have to be 8 of these clusters. Let me take a sip. The dry mouth. Well, let's do one more. In your circle, yarn over. You did 2 chains, eh? Now you yarn over and in your circle pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 1. Yarn over. In your circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you have made 2. Yarn over, in your circle, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Now you have made 3 double crochets, but you didn't finish any of them. You have 4 loops. Yeah, throw it on the ground. Yes, very good of you. Doris is helping. You see, he's here. Okay, now you pull yarn over and you pull through all 4 of your loops and you chain 2. 1 and 2. And this you continue until you have 8 of those clusters and you finish with 2 chains. So one more time. Yarn over. In the circle. Pull up a loop. Yarn over. Pull through 2. Yarn over. Pull through. Oh nee. Pull up a loop and then yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over. In your circle. Pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2. And then you have 3 double crochets which you didn't finish and another loop. So you have 4 loops on your needle. Yarn over, pull through all 4 of the loops and chain 2. So, now I have 3 of them. And I'm going to make 5 more and then I'll be back. So, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those clusters I have made, and I ended with 2 chains, and now I'm going to close the round, and I'm doing that in the chain opening over here. So not in the cluster, but in the chain opening. And that I'm doing that with a slip stitch. Like that. And I have a big hole in the middle right now. And when you have done it with a chain loop, then you will have a very small hole in the middle. You had to move over your clusters every time, but it does fit. Really, it does. I can pull on my chain, on my tail, my tail, and close up the round a bit. And in the end, when I sew away the tail, I will put it fast, so it won't open again. Okay, the second round. It's going to be fun. We're going to start to make a corner. You chain 2. And that counts as your first double crochet which you haven't finished. And in the same chain opening, you will make 2 more double crochets which you don't finish. So pull up a yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And do it once more. Yarn over, pull up a loop in the same chain opening, yarn over and pull through 2. And with your first cluster, you will have 3 loops on your hook. And then you yarn over and pull through all 3 of the loops. And then you chain 2. 1 and 2. And in the same opening, you're going to make another cluster. So, move it a bit over, and 3 times your double crochet, not finishing. So, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I have 2 of those double crochets, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops and chain 2. In the next chain opening, you are going to crochet 3 double crochets. So finish them all, just 3 double crochets. This is 1, 2, and 3. And then you chain 2. And in the next opening, you're making a corner again. So, 3 double crochets which you don't finish all the way, so only pull through 2 loops 1 time, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and through 2. And then you stop again. And I have 2 double crochets now which I didn't finish, and I have to do 1 more. So, again, this isn't difficult, is it? You have 3 double crochets which you didn't finish, and the extra loop, so now you have 4 loops on your needle, yarn over, pull through all 2 loops and chain 2. And then you have to make the second half of the corner. So, if necessary, move over your stitches and yarn over and make another cluster of 3 double crochets. So, this is 1. Don't finish it. Yarn over and make the next one. Don't finish it. Yarn over and make the third one. Don't finish it. And then you have 4 loops on your needle, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops and chain 2. And now you have 2 corners and 1 sideway. This is a corner, this is a sideway, and this is a corner. But we need to have 4, so I take a little sip of my tea before it's cold. I do like tea. And in the next opening, chain opening, you're going to make 3 double crochets. This is 1, this is 2, and 1 more. This is 3. And then you chain 2. In the next opening we're making another corner. So, a cluster of 3 double crochets. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3, and I have 4 loops on my needle, so I yarn over and pull through all 4, and I chain 2. And in the same opening I'm going to make another cluster. So, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you stop. And then you do this again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And now you have 4 loops again. Yarn over and pull through all 4 and chain 2. And now we have to make a sideway again, because after a corner in this second round we are making a sideway. So yarn over, in the next opening 3 double crochets. This is 1. This is 2, and this is 3, and 2 chains, 1 and 2. And now we're going to make the 4th corner in the next chain opening. So maybe you already know it. Don't finish your double crochet. Like that. That's the first one. Whoopee. 2 chains and another one to make the corner. Four loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 2. And now you have 1 opening left, and in that opening you're going to crochet 3 double crochets. This is 1, 2, and 3, and chain 2. And now you have to close your round in the chain opening of the corner. This is the corner, those 2 clusters. And in the chain opening you close with a slip stitch. And this is your second round, and I'm going to take a sip of tea. Now I think Doris is playing outside. It's not that nice weather, but for the cat it's okay. Okay, the third round. We will start with a corner. The whole pattern you start with a corner. So, your starting corner, but lots of starting, we're starting a lot. Well, 2 chains, 1 and 2. And that is your first double crochet, which is not finished. So now we have to do 2 more in the same opening where you slip stitched. So, 2 more of those double crochets which you don't finish. Dus you pull up a loop and put to 2 loops only 1 time. Just like before. Like that. And with your starting cluster, you have 3 loops on your needle, yarn over and pull through all 3. And now we have to make the second half. So 2 chains. The second half of the corner, I mean. You know, in the same opening, a cluster. So, first double crochet, don't finish it. The second double crochet, don't finish it. And the third. Like that. 4 loops, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops and chain 2. And now we are going to make the side way, which means in every opening of the side, oh, don't kick the stative. Ha. In every opening on the side way, we're going to crochet 3 double crochets. So, this is your first, and you will crochet 3 double crochets. Don't forget those 2 chains, it's important. This is 1 and 2 and 3, and on this side way I have another opening because the corner is over here and over here is the opening. So I'm going to crochet 3 more double crochets in this opening. And this time you do finish the double crochets, eh? So, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. It's a normal double crochet, nothing complicated. Like that. So I've got 3 more in 1 opening. And now I chain 2, because I'm going to make another corner. It's very easy, really it is. Like this. A corner. A cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 2, oh, don't get off my hook, stupid chain, 2 chains and another cluster, 1, 2, and 3, 4 loops on my hook, yarn over through all 4 and chain 2. And then on the side way, I have 2 openings, and in both openings I'm going to crochet 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and don't chain between the double crochet in the openings. No chain, just go straight to the next opening. And 3 double crochets in that opening. This color is a bit petrol like, I think. All those modern names for those colors, it's green, it's blue, it's red, it's purple, and then you get mauve, and you get petrol, and I don't know all those modern colors. But okay, let's continue with the pattern. I've made my 3 double crochets and now I chain 2. And I am ready to make another corner because this is a corner. So 2 clusters of 3 double crochets with 2 chains in between. So this is going to be my first cluster in the chain opening. 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 2. And the second half of the corner, in the same opening, another cluster. So, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So I have 4 loops on my needle, yarn over, pull through 2 and chain 2. And another side way. So 3 in the first opening, 3 double crochets. This is 1, and 2 and 3 and the next opening. 1, 2 and 3. And come on, I said 3. Don't you be eigenwijs. 3. Come on. 3. I am boss. So, like that. And between those groups of 3 double crochets, you do not chain. Do not. But after your last group of 3 double crochets, you do chain 2. Like that. And then you are at the corner and you make another corner. 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, through all 4 and chain 2 and the other half of the corner. Again a cluster. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, through 4 loops, through 4 loops, and chain 2. So before and after every corner you chain 2. And on the side way, every opening gets 3 double crochets, and you do not chain between those 3 double crochets. So, this is my first group of 3, and I go to the next opening and make 3 double crochets. And I am at my last corner over here, so I chain 2, because before the corner there comes 2 chains, and now I close in the opening of the corner with a slip stitch, like that. And now you have 3 rounds, 1, 2 and 3. And you can see it's squaring up, but it's still rounded at the corners. I love it. Well, and then we are at the last round for the underpotter. And we're going to do exactly the same. So you start with your starting cluster. Chain 2. Like this. And then 2 double crochets which you don't finish. So, in the corner. 1 and 2. And like I said, your starting cluster of double crochets, only 3 loops. And then you yarn over and pull through those 3. Chain 2 and make the second half of your corner in the same opening another cluster of 3 double crochets. 1 and 2 and 3. And then you have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4, and after the corner chain 2. And as you can see, now on the side way you have 1, 2, 3 openings. So we are going to crochet in every opening 3 double crochets. This is 1 and 2 and 3. We go to the next opening. 1 and 2 and 3, and the last opening before the corner. 1 and 2 and 3, And because the next one is going to be a corner, and before the corner we always chain 2. So 1 and 2. And make another corner. And this is the repeat for the complete 4th round. It's very easy. Told you. And another cluster for the corner. I'm going a bit fast, but you can push on a slower afbladen. So you can crochet along, or after the corner 2 chains, or maybe you can write it down. I don't do patterns. I think it's much too complicated. I cannot write patterns. You can see what I am doing, right? So after the corner 2 chains, and every opening gets 3 double crochets on the sideway, but do not chain between those groups of 3 double crochets. So this is the first one. The second group, like this, and the last group. 3 double crochets in 1 chain opening. And we're at the corner, so chain 2 and another corner. And I ran out of tea. I finished my tea and I have a dry mouth, so maybe I have to make another cup of tea. But I'm getting a bit tea in my bowel, in my stomach, in my belly. It's a bit a fuzzy feeling in my stomach when I drink a lot of tea. So maybe I don't take a cup of tea, and I will have only a dry mouth, because I cannot eat a little candy. Candy is sugar, so I cannot do that, because I really need to lose some weight. I chained 2 after the corner, and now I'm going to make 3 more groups of 3 double crochets. I really have to lose some weight, so I cannot have candy to water my mouth a bit, to make it then not so dry anymore. Or maybe I don't have to talk so much. That will help also. Do not talk so much, Granny, and then you will not have such a dry mouth. But I love to talk. I always talk. I talk a lot. So this is my 3rd group of 3 double crochets, and I'm at the corner. You see, 1, 2, 3. I'm at the corner, so I chain 2, because before the corner I have 2 single crochet, of 2 chains, single crochet, 2 chains, and now I make another cluster. Like this, chain 2, and make another cluster. So yarn over, in the same opening, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, do it again. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and do it 1 more time. So in the same opening, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then you have 4 loops. That's the cluster when you yarn over and pull through 4 loops. So that's another corner. And after the corner, 2 chains, and you can make your 3 groups of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Next opening. 1, 2, 3. Next opening. 1, 2, 3. And I'm at the beginning corner, so chain 2 and close the round in the opening of your beginning corner with a slip stitch, like that. And now we're almost finished and I still have a lot of yarn. Oh, I love it. Okay, the last round. And the last round is going to be one with single crochets. And pay attention. Over here in this corner you chain one, only one, and you make in this corner 2 single crochets. So, in the opening, this is 1, and in the same opening, the second one. And you skip the cluster. You go to the next opening and you make 2 single crochets in this opening after the corner. 1 and 2. And now each double crochet gets 1 single crochet. So find your stitch of your first double crochet and make a single crochet. This is the first one. Then the second one and the third one. That's your first group of 3 double crochets, and you made 1 single crochet in that group. You know, you understand what I mean. Yes, toch? Okay, another 3 double crochets, so 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then your last group of double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. In the chain opening before your corner, we are at the corner right now, eh? In the chain opening before the corner, there are 2 chains, and we will make 2 single crochets. So, this is 1 and 2. And now you skip the cluster, and in the chain opening of the corner, you are going to make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then your next 2 chain opening, after the corner, you skip the cluster again, you make 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And now every double crochet on your sideway gets 1 single crochet. So, the first one. Don't forget the first one. 1, 2, and 3. The next group. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm at my last group. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm at the opening again of 2 chains, and I'm going to make 2 single crochets in that opening before the corner. So, 1 and 2. In the opening of the corner between the 2 clusters, I crochet 3 single crochets. So this is 1 and 2 and 3. Skip the cluster again. You don't crochet in the clusters. You don't. You go to the next chain 2 opening behind the cluster, after the cluster, behind, after, I don't know. in the two chain opening, you crochet 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then you're at the sideway of 9 double crochets, 3 groups of 3, and every double crochet gets a single crochet. So this is 1, 2 and 3, and then the second group, 1 and 2 and 3, and the last group, 1 and 2 and 3. And then in the opening before the corner there are 2 chains, and I crochet 2 single crochets in that opening, 1 and 2. Skipping the first cluster, in the opening of the corner over here, 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and skip the next cluster. And we're going to do another side way. I think it's pretty easy, don't you think? So in this opening, 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then your double crochets, each gets 1 single crochet, so insert your hook in the stitch of the double crochet and make a single crochet. That's 1 and 2 and 3. It's the first group. The second group, 1 and 2 and 3, and the last group, 1 and 2 and 3. And now in your last opening you crochet 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And now I am going to put out the camera for a bit, because I have to get myself a pair of scissors and a needle. So not a crochet needle, but a sewing needle with yeah. You're going to see. I'm going to get it. I'm a bit confused once in a while. Well, most of the times, but okay. I'm going to get my materials. I found my golden pair of scissors again. Oh, I love it. I have to clean it up a bit. Vanna has used it for all kinds of stuff. Stupid Vanna, you have to be very careful with my golden scissors. But okay, I can still use it. I will clean it afterwards. My golden pair of scissors and a needle. And I've got a big eye, I think it's handy, because then I can see it right, and a blunt point. So this doesn't hurt. Not a sharp point, but a blunt. Blunt. Okay, I've made my 2 single crochets over here, and I'm going to cut my yarn with the tail so I can easily sew with it. Like that. And then I pull the thread out of the stitch, like that. Oh, you see, my loop is gone, and out of the last single crochet comes 1 thread. And now I'm going to put that thread into my needle. And we're going to make an invisible closure. Don't worry, it's not difficult. See? Granny doesn't do difficult stuff. Vanna does difficult stuff. Now I am going to that first single crochet over here. This was the beginning chain, and this is the first single crochet, and I am going to put my needle under both loops, and I like to do it from the back to the front, under both loops of the V on top of the single crochet. You see? And I pull through my needle. And this loop is just about as big as the loops of the V-stitches. Just about. And now with my needle, I go through the loop where this one strand of yarn comes out of, over here. Like that, through the hole. You see it? Through the front loop of that V. And I'm going through the loop of that chain we made in the beginning. Like that, from front to back. And now I put through my needle. And I'm going to work the stitch a bit, so it looks like a single crochet on top. You've got all V's over here, and no one can see where you started or finished your round. It's a professional look, really. And now you can sew away your yarn, and you can do that on your own way, it doesn't matter. But make sure you fasten it well enough, because underpoeters you want to wash, of course. If someone has spilled coffee or something on the underpoeter, you have to wash it. And when you wash it, the thread can come loose. So sew it away so you feel secure, you know? Do it your own way, but I do it my way. Just like Frank Sinatra, he did it his way. Yeah, he didn't finish that well, I think so. Oh, I do it my way, and we'll see how I will finish. So, I go once again under all those loops, like that. And I cut my yarn with my pair of scissors. Cut my yarn. Don't cut in your underpoeter. Then you have crocheted for nothing. And now your beginning tail. On your needle. Woohoo! And give it a big tuck, so your circle becomes as little as possible. Don't break your yarn. Cotton doesn't break that fast, but be careful. I don't know how strong you are. I'm not that strong anymore. But when you are very strong in your hand, watch what you're doing. And the thread comes from this way. I can see it. It comes from this way. So I sew a couple of stitches in the same direction over here. Just a couple. And then I go back, skipping a stitch, like that, and go back under a couple of stitches. That's how I do it. Do it your way, always good. You know that. Like this. And then I skip a couple of stitches and go one more time this direction. Like that. And now, to me, it's secure. I trust this. Cut off my yarn. And look, another underpoeter. I love it, I love it, I love it. Look, like this. And there are the other ones over here. And one is bigger as the other because the tension is different. But who cares? It's the underpoeter, not the wedding dress. And I still have yarn left. Isn't that fantastic? And I've got this one as well. So all kinds of colors. I love it. Where is the label? Oh, here is the label. The Catona and 10 grams is 25 meters, and you crochet it with 2.5 to 3.5. So maybe I use 2.5 for this one, because this one is bigger, you see? it's bigger. So maybe I did it with a 2.5. I can't remember. I forget a lot. Let me see. Yes, this one is also smaller. So maybe you should use a 2.5. But 3 works just as well. You see? And now I have a little tin can. And I put my underpoeters in there. Like that. Ooh, does it fit? Yes, it fits. Where's the lid? The lid is over here. Look, luxury fudge. Like that. Ta-da! And I got myself a tin with underpoeters. And how big are they? Do I have a tape measure? Yes, I have a tape measure. Okay, let's say this one I made with a 2.5 needle. And it is 9.5 centimeters, just about. And the last one I made with 3, and that is 10 centimeters. So it only scales half a centimeter. And let's say it in English, in the big centimeters, that's the other side of my tape measure. This one is 4 inches. You see that? 4 big centimeters. And this one is 3/3 of an inch of the big centimeters. Yes. Well, it doesn't matter because on this one my teacup fits, and on this one my teacup fits, and on this one and on this one. So don't make a trouble out of it. Just ga lekker crochetten and make underpoeters. Underpoeters are so nice to make. You can make them for yourself. You can make them as a gift. And yes, when you get those 10-gram balls for free from Eva, except bijvoorbeeld, but other webshops do that as well. And maybe you have small leftovers. Just make a carnival of colors. It's, whoa, don't, I almost threw my glass on the ground. Don't fuss about it. Just do it. Enjoy. I love you all, and I will be back. Really, I will. With another lovely project. Bye, guys.